Hello and welcome back to Emma Wonders, the podcast in which we look at the psychology of human behaviours and try to answer questions we often wonder about in life. Have you ever sat there, staring at a project or a task, knowing full well you should be doing it, and yet you just don't? Instead, you find yourself scrolling, organising your bookshelf, maybe even cleaning your bathroom, anything but that thing you said you would do. And afterward, you feel this heavy cocktail of guilt, frustration, and that creeping voice whispering, "Why can't I just get it together?" If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today, let's unpack the psychology behind why we procrastinate and how we can actually start moving forward with a little more ease and a lot less self-blame. Grab a cozy drink and let's wonder about it together. First off, let's just clear something up. Procrastination isn't about laziness. It's not about being bad, weak, or broken. It's actually a very human, very understandable emotional response. According to Dr. Tim Pickle, a psychology professor and researcher who spent decades studying procrastination, it's not a time management issue. It's an emotion management issue. When we procrastinate, what we're really doing is trying to avoid negative feelings. Feelings like anxiety, boredom, self-doubt, or fear of failure. The task itself becomes this symbolic monster. It represents discomfort. And our brain, trying to protect us, says, "Hey, let's not fight the monster right now. Let's go find something safer, like a funny cat videos." It's survival mode, just in a modern, weird way. In a sense, procrastination is an emotional coping strategy gone rogue. But here's the kicker. While it offers short-term relief, it guarantees long-term stress. It's like eating candy for dinner because you're too tired to cook. Feels good for a minute, but leaves you feeling hollow and regretful later. The ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote, "While we waste our time hesitating and postponing, life is slipping away." That was 2,000 years ago. Clearly, procrastination isn't just a you problem or a modern problem. It's a human problem. So, knowing all that, how do we stop? How do we face the monster without running for the hills every time? First, it's about changing the story we tell ourselves. Instead of framing a task as a massive, overwhelming threat, we gently reframe it as something small, doable, and even curious. Think of it like approaching a wild horse. If you rush it, it bolts. But if you approach quietly, one slow step at a time, you build trust with the horse and with yourself. One practical tool that helps is called the 5-minute rule. You tell yourself, "I only have to do this for 5 minutes." Just 5. Because starting is the hardest part. And often, once you begin, momentum carries you further than you expected. There's a beautiful quote from author James Clear that says, "You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." Translation? It's not about waiting for the perfect wave of motivation. It's about building a tiny, sustainable system that helps you move forward even when you don't feel like it. Another tool? Self-compassion. Research from Dr. Kristin Neff shows that when we treat ourselves kindly after procrastinating, rather than beating ourselves up, we're actually more likely to re-engage with the task. Imagine a friend telling you, "Hey, it's okay. You were stressed. You're still doing your best. Let's try again." You'd feel safe enough to keep going, right? That's the kind of voice you need to cultivate inside yourself. Because self-punishment fuels the cycle. Self-compassion breaks it. And maybe the deepest layer underneath it all is this. Sometimes procrastination is a quiet message, a nudge from your soul that something about the task, or the way you're approaching it, doesn't align with your deeper values or needs. It's worth asking gently, is this truly important to me? Or am I chasing someone else's definition of success? Because if a task feels impossible to start, maybe it's not just fear. Maybe it's misalignment. And that's not a failure. It's sacred information. At the end of the day, overcoming procrastination isn't about forcing yourself into endless grind. It's about healing your relationship with discomfort, learning to sit with it, listen to it, and move forward in small, loving ways. The more you practice, the more you realize the monster was never as big as it looked. And you are so much stronger than you think. Thank you for wandering through this with me today. If this resonated with you or sparked a little new understanding, I'd love for you to share it with someone you care about. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being gentle, curious, and brave, one tiny step at a time. Until next time, keep wondering, keep growing. I'm proud of you.